Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a warm morning, staying as warm as you can. It's very cold in Austin, Texas, so it's in San Marcos. But here we are again with the Goldie Show. I don't know if we have presented that name on the show yet.
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have. Last time we were here, I think we were looking for a name for the show, and we decided to call it the Goldie Show. So welcome to the Goldie Show. That's what we're going into with the new year. But how are y'all doing? Tania, we have you here, and then Jenny too. How's everything going with y'all?
Well, it's cold here in Michigan, but it's always cold, so.
Yeah, it's cold here in San Antonio. It's not fun. I'm going through it right now.
Yeah, I was not ready to get out of bed this morning either. Tania, something I tell you all the time, and everybody else who lives in cold states is like, you choose to live there. I don't choose to live in the cold. There's a reason why I stay in Texas.
I would prefer not to be here. So choose is a strong word. I just ended up here.
Yeah. So to talk about today's show is going to be kind of a different show. So we don't have an immigration topic for y'all, but we wanted y'all to get to know us a little bit better, your hosts. So that way, like, we can start the new year with like a more personal connection, because we love when y'all join and interact with us, and like we just wanted to kind of make this one fun to kind of wrap up the year. We are having another Goldie Show next week that Tania and Jenny will be on. I won't be here, but they will be here. But so just to wrap up kind of like the second to last show of the year, we decided to make this one fun. So let me start us off with our first question for everybody. So what are you most excited for next year?
Jenny, you go first.
Not ready with your resolutions, Tania?
No.
It doesn't have to be a resolution, just a fun thing that is going on.
Well, it's been a while since I've been to Mexico. And I'm actually going to go back, I think, in April next year. So that'll be really exciting. The last time I went was pre-COVID. So that's something to look forward to. Definitely going to look forward to my lease ending here in San Antonio. Maybe looking back to moving back to Austin. I know Fidel's laughing because he's aware that I've complained about San Antonio is too much. But yeah, I think that's what I'm pretty excited for right now.
If we have anybody watching us from San Antonio, you'll need to like put recommendations in the chat or in the comments about stuff Jenny should do before she moves back.
Yeah, I've done nothing besides hiking, but that's nice. The hiking here is pretty good compared to Austin. I love that.
Cool.
I thought of something. So next year is my 10-year wedding anniversary. So I look forward to dropping a bunch of hints to my husband on what kind of gifts I want and what kind of trip he should take me on. Let's see if he picks up those hints. So stay tuned.
Are you going to be sharing? You have to share the hints with us as well.
I would like, okay, I don't know if he's watching. He better not, because then he'll mess up my internet. But I would like to go to Greece.
Ooh.
I know, right? So somebody who knows my husband, please tell him immediately that this is what he needs to do.
That's a big hint right there.
No 10-year anniversary.
That's a big hint. For me, I think, so I'm actually going back to Mexico next week. So that's why I won't be on the show, is because I'm going back next week and I'll be over there for a month. So that's how I'm going to start off my year. So I'm looking forward to that and just spending some time down there, going back to Lubianos, which I did after 18 years at the beginning of the year. So I'm really excited to go back again and have some more time with my family over there. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I haven't thought much about like after that time, like what happens the rest of the year. But yeah, so that's where my planning stops and my thinking. Um, cool. Similar to this question, uh, do you have any resolutions or changes you'd like to bring into the new year?
That's a good one.
That is a good one. I haven't. I feel like this year flew by so fast that this show is like brand new information to me that next year is happening because it just flew by so fast. I haven't really even thought about what resolutions. I think uh I think I want to stay closer in touch with my friends who don't live here in Michigan. So I have my best friend lives in Houston, and now I'm making a lot of friends in Austin and San Marcos and Dallas. And so, I think I want to travel to.
Jenny, I think she's talking about us. I think that's who she's
Are we your
referring
friends,
to.
Tanya?
You guys heard it here first. But yeah, I think I want to go to Texas more. That would be nice. Mhm.
You should probably move down here. Just do it. Tell
Baby
your
steps.
husband. Yeah.
But maybe that should be my wedding anniversary is just moving to Texas. Okay, all right. I have a lot to think about.
This is going to be a good
There's another
start.
hint.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same page as Tanya, though. I didn't really think about resolutions last year. I'm not really good at them. You know how they do like the 12 grapes in the cup, and they're like, you got to eat it before the first minute ends. I'm just sitting there slowly, like enjoying every grape. Doesn't matter if those 5 minutes go by, I'm going to take my time. But I guess, like, on a serious note, like, I'd love to try practicing mindfulness more this next year. There's been a lot of changes, and the start of my year this year wasn't the greatest. So I'd love to kind of have like a good redo, a good refresh January 1st. Not necessarily say new year, new me, but definitely practice being more mindful about situations, life in general, other individuals in my life, family, loved ones. So I think that's my plan.
I like that.
Cool. Sounds like we'll have a similar year, Jenny. Because I also want to kind of focus on like discovering myself and like being more like mindful about who I am. It's gonna be like a self-development kind of year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like it's finally like time. Like it's like so for some folks, like they know like I came out in 2019. So then like 2020 happened, COVID, so I couldn't really discover what being out meant. And then even
Mm-hmm.
2021, and I feel like that's just carried on, and I'm like, it's time to stop that and like really put effort and energy into self-development and figuring out who I am now as like a publicly like open gay man. So so that's gonna be my year. We'll be checking in, Jenny, see how it's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
I'm
for
sending you
sure.
all the good vibes.
Mhm.
It's definitely a path.
For sure. And we do have some comments. Tania, it seems like Yunwen wants you to move to San Marcos 2023. We might make that a whole like campaign or something.
That's exactly where my brain
I'm not
was.
complaining.
Tania moves to San Marcos 2023. And
It's
then
cheap. The market's good.
So when I can't sleep at night, I actually am looking at real estate in like Austin and San Marcos. Y'all don't tell my husband. Oh my God, he's gonna kill me.
there's so many houses for sale at the neighborhood that I live in, like, and it's so cute. Like it's like all the bright houses, and like it's
I
a
love
niche neighborhood.
it.
It's pretty cute. So Jenny moved to San Marcos instead of Austin too.
Maybe in the
Cool,
plans.
cool. Yes. And then Adriana also has a comment hoping for all of you to stay warm this weekend. Felices
Thank you.
fiestas. Thank you, Adri. And then we have Felix Real, who's also joining us. Nice to see y'all. Saludos a Fidel, Tania, Jenny, son los mejores. They always do this to me. Like I have to switch my mind back to English after reading Spanish comments because then I will just go on in Spanish. But thank you for joining us, Felix. And then Gloriela sending love and good vibes to all of you. Happy holidays. And then Jenny, Yunuen also agrees that we should move to San Marcos in 2023 as well. And I would like to send a shout out to Gloriela Ella, Carolina Pinsat. Kate is also joining us. gave us a little heart and some warm hugs. So huge shout out to them for joining us. Are y'all ready for the next question?
I'm ready.
Definitely.
Okay, what's y'all's favorite way to spread joy?
Jenny, do you want to go first?
I've personally been a Grinch this year. Well, this holiday season, my mom was like, "You're really Grinchy this year," and I'm like, "Yeah, I have been." But I actually really, really like. So I have this paralegal that I used to work with at my prior firm, and every year, as soon as Thanksgiving was over, she would turn on Magic 95.5, and it's an Austin radio station. Jam and blast that Christmas music up
They
until
do holiday music the whole time, right?
the whole time. And so I think that's my favorite way to spread cheer. I do like Christmas music a lot. It just puts you like in a good, happy mood, even if you're not in one. And so I'll be in the car, I'll just turn on the radio and Magic 95.5 it is. Listen to some good Christmas music to cheer me up, cheer my other Grinch up. He's not a fan of Christmas, but gotta put someone in the spirit somehow.
I like that. So
Yeah.
my favorite way to spread joy, and I know this is probably an answer for a lot of people out there listening, I like to cook food, typically like childhood stuff. So like my husband is from Mexico, and so I actually have a chat with his mom, and I'll ask her for ideas on what I can cook for him that she used to cook for him. And so especially around this time when it's cold outside, I don't want to be outside. I want to be in a warm kitchen. So I will like to cook people's favorite dishes, and that's my way of spreading joy. So for Christmas, I'm making a bunch of tamales because I don't live in a place where I can just go and buy them. So I'm going to make a bunch, freeze a bunch, and just give away a bunch to all my friends. So that's my favorite way.
What are some other things you've been making?
So the thing is mi suegra, she's like a really good cook. It's so hard to live up to her. So I don't know if y'all had mole amarillo, it's like a caldo. Oh, I'm going to switch over to Spanish. I'm so sorry. It's like a caldo with like these little dumplings inside. I've made that. I've tried to make that. It tasted pretty good. It looked a little funky. But I've been making that. I'm going to make ponche today because it's so cold. But yeah, typical Christmas Mexican dishes is what I make.
You need to send us some of those frozen tamales. And is on her way to pick up some special Tania tamales.
I saw TikTok for tamales de pumpkin. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. But I'm gonna make the other ones too, like the rajas, mole, verde. So we'll see how the pumpkin ones turn out. I'm not really convinced, but we'll see.
Sounds so good right now.
I know, right?
Warm tamale, atole,
See,
or
chocolate would be
cafe.
so good. Yep, that's gonna be me this weekend, just cooking up a storm.
Maybe next week y'all can share about the pumpkin tamales.
I'll let you know how.
Because I've never heard of them.
It's not typical for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. So similar to Tania, I like to get people together. That's like my way to spread joy. So like it's really hard with my family to bring them close and like in the same spot and the same time. Because it's 7 of us. It's 7 kids, and now kids have kids too. So it's a lot of people to bring together, but that's how I try to do it, is like getting my family together as much as I can. So cool. Okay, next question. Kind of looking back at this year, and I think we can kind of wrap it up with this one. But what is your favorite memory from this year, or something you'll hold on to?
My favorite memory is when I planned a trip to London and it ended up being the same day that the Queen died. And then when I got there, I got COVID, and that was great. So that's my favorite.
That's definitely memorable.
Yeah.
I mean, that was definitely a pretty cursed day for the Queen, not for you. I mean, you're just arriving there.
Wait, so
understand how hard
share more, Tania, because I know you told us about it when it happened, but it's like, did you like get to do anything there, or like what was like the whole trip like?
So there were some things that had been closed down, like Buckingham Palace. There was a soccer game that my husband and con cuñado were really looking forward to. I don't know who was playing. it was a big deal that they just like canceled the game. I was also going to go to like that Harry Potter world, but I had gotten COVID. So some things had closed down because of the Queen, and some things I didn't do because of COVID. So, I mean, it was nice to be in London and watching the news constantly about the Queen. So yeah, it was. I still had fun, to be honest. I got to visit my family. I have family in London too, so that was nice. I probably got them all sick too.
Cool, cool. We'll send you vibes, better vibes
Thank you for next year.
and for your anniversary trip.
Greece 2023, Tania gets COVID again.
No, don't say that.
No, don't. We said good vibes.
Yeah.
Only good vibes.
Realistic
Practice
vibes here.
mindfulness. Practice your mindfulness of being positive.
Mindfulness, Jenny.
I'm trying. I would say one of my favorite moments this year was, dang, that's pretty hard. I went back to Washington, D.C., and I love Washington. It is my dream to live there one day, like, ultimately. I'd love to, like, just see, like, people watch on Capitol Hill and just be out in the National Mall, and it's so beautiful. I love it. It's my second time going in the last 2 years, and I'm probably going to go back again next year and make it, like, an annual thing. But Washington was really fun, and I went alone this year, so I didn't go with Felix, and that was really nice. And that was a moment of like getting to know myself without my partner. Tania, are you okay?
Sorry, I thought that was really funny. I was like, it was really nice. But I get it. No, actually traveling alone and finding yourself. I get that. That's cool.
Yeah. No, it was definitely really nice for other reasons, like not having somebody to tell me, like, we're going to be late for dinner or we're going to be late for the museum. That was really nice getting to do that all on my own and just kind of like vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's where the mindfulness thing was coming from, to just be alone. I have my time alone, but I can still share those moments with like my loved ones. Yeah. So that was really nice this year.
It's funny because I've never traveled with anybody. I've always traveled alone, so I don't know what that feels like.
You're living the life, Fidel. Just live it up right now while you travel alone.
But very, very interesting. Very different perspectives, I would say, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Well, sending you vibes, good vibes too for that trip next year. What do you like to do when you're there? Or like, what's like your favorite activity or something you look forward to?
So in DC, I love going to the museums, like all the Smithsonian museums they have on the National Mall. It's super nice. I love going to the Natural Sciences Museum. This last trip, it was pretty sad, but I went to the Holocaust Museum, and that kind of puts in motion like all the, I mean, you know it happened. It's history. You learn about this in school, but seeing it is a whole different story. But I also like eating in DC, and I love food. That is such a problem. I need to lose a little bit of pounds because the food this year has been incredible. DC's food, beautiful. Can eat for days. I went to this place called Ted Bulletin. That's really nice. It was actually recommended by Corey. So if you ever find yourself there, highly recommend.
Awesome. The only thing I like about cold weather is the clothes and the fashion that you can wear. That's like, so like that's I when I think of DC, it's like all the people like with their trench coats and like their coffee in their hand. And, like, that's my image of it.
They
that's
do
the
have
only
signs.
reason. I hate the cold, but I think I would visit a cold place just to be able to do that.
Try New York in Christmas time. That would be fun.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I went in December and it was hot. I chose the December that was warm, so I didn't even get to wear like cold clothes. But maybe I need to redo. Cool. So for me this year, I think the memory is when I did my advanced parole, and I was able to go back in February. The thing I always remember from that trip is like the officer that like the immigration officer on the Mexican side, like she asked me if I was living primarily in the US or living in Mexico, and then I told her like the US, and then she was like, welcome home. Bienvenido a casa. That's like, those were the words that she told me, and I was like, that's like the feelings that I get. I almost tear up every time I remember it. So just hearing that after like 18 years, I think that's the moment that I will take forever and like keep up from this year. So that was very special for me. Anything else y'all want to share with our folks who have joined us and who watch us about the holidays? Any special message for everybody?
Remember to be mindful. It's a
Yeah.
stressful time for a lot of people.
Hmm.
The holidays are very stressful in general, but just take a couple moments to yourself, take a deep breath, relax. Everything's going to be fine no matter what the situation is or what's going on. You'll be okay. And from my heart to yours, I wish you all a good, happy holiday. A safe one, too.
Yeah, definitely. I want to echo that. And I was just telling Jenny about this is, you know, in the wintertime, it's really easy to get sad. And it's almost really easy to feel like it's always been like this. It'll always be like this. No, this will pass too.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be spring soon again. And so, it's tough around the holidays. Being around family sometimes can be tough. But this will pass, and enjoy the moments that you can with your family. And the family that you make, not just the family that's blood related. The family that you make is also really important too.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I feel like those like were words from me directly too. So thank you for sharing them. But yes, thank you everybody who has joined us throughout the year and like who continues to join us and comment on our lives and then like our shows. We really do this for you. And I know we didn't really inform you all on anything immigration, but I hope that you all enjoyed this and like getting to know us, because I'm really excited for next year and what the Goldie Show would look like with all three of us. So I'm really excited for that. And I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season and that, like Jenny and Tania said, be mindful about how you're feeling. Take some time to check in with yourself and enjoy it more than anything. So thank you so much, and y'all have a great day and good weekend.